here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I use this to make the loop that you just heard in the intro. Now before I get started, I want to let you guys know that you can grab the sample pack, project file, MIDI, and the presets for everything that you just heard in the intro that we're going to be making in the video today. The link is right at the top of the description. It's just $5. You know, I've made this with some really cool hardware today, and you can get it for a very accessible price. Definitely go grab that. It really helps support me. If you guys enjoy these videos, definitely go pick that up. And I also want to let you guys know about Perfect Circuit. So today, we're going to be making a bunch of cool future garage sounds using this Chase Bliss Mood. It is a pretty rare pedal, if you guys know. And I want to thank Perfect Circuit for hooking me up with one that I could use to make this video and record some other really cool sounds with. If you guys don't know, Perfect Circuit is an awesome online and physical store for synths, modular gear, recording, pro audio, and they ship worldwide. So you can pretty much get anything that you need to make electronic music there. They have very extensive stuff. They're very knowledgeable as well. They can help you with a lot of stuff. I personally bought a few things there in store at the LA store. Really recommend it. It's one of the best places in Los Angeles to go and get synth stuff. Definitely one of the best to get modular stuff. And it's one of the best online to grab synth and modular, as well as recording gear, pro audio gear, and even pedals and effects like this. So their link will be at the top of the description as well. Again, I really want to thank Perfect Circuit for letting me do this. This pedal would have been kind of hard to get access to otherwise. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Definitely go check them out. And while you're at it, go grab the sample pack and project file from this video. Again, just $5, but it's going to really help you to make great music, and it's going to help support me. So yeah, let's dive in. Also, if you don't know what this pedal does, it's basically a looper. Like, if you guys are familiar with guitar pedals and stuff, you know a looper. Basically, you play a little riff or melody into it, hit the button, and then it plays the loop back. What makes this one unique is you're playing loops back and controlling them with this side, but then you can also control like the pitch of the loops. There's this clock here, which is essentially like speeding it up and slowing it down, but it's also degrading the sound as you turn it down, so you're kind of getting some very interesting textures from that. And then on this side, they have effects. So then there's like a bit of reverb and this delay, and then this slip here is pretty cool. I'm going to show you guys that as well. And so basically, you could just use this for those effects, which are very nice on their own, by the way. But also, you could send your loops into that, and we're going to be doing a little bit of that today to generate some really interesting textures. And basically, this side controls this, so that's controlling just the effects. This side is controlling just the loop, and then this in the middle is the mix, and then this clock controls both of them. So the interesting thing is that you can actually get some cool, like, kind of degraded delay sounds using this. There's a lot of really cool stuff. Anyway, here we go. Here's how to make some cool music using it. Enough talking about technical stuff. Let's dive in. Okay, so as you guys can see, I've got right here this nice drum loop and bass. I'll play it for you real quick. Solid stuff going on there, and what I've got here is, you can see I've set up, so you guys may recognize this setup from last time. So I've got the output here, so that's out 3 on the interface, and then it's following this cable all the way over to here, and it's going into the mood, and then we're going back out of the mood into my input 1 here. So now all that I have to do is just go into Ableton, and I can set up like a little melodic track. Like, we'll grab operator real quick. And then all we have to do is just get the external audio effect, send it, again, I was going out to port 3 there, and then back in through, this is 2 on my interface, and there we go. And then now, we are essentially putting audio through this. And just to give you a little demonstration, success. So I think what we're going to do right now is we're going to grab like a little chord progression, I'll make something, and then we're going to put it through mood and kind of get some more interesting textures using that. So we got this chord progression just using the chords we'd already established. And then now we're going to turn this external audio effect back on, and then we come over to here. So right now it's sounding really crazy because we have it on the slip mode, but if we set this to more like a reverb or a delay, like let's do the reverb. So basically now this is just like a reverb, and then you can hear if I start tweaking this clock here, so it's just reverb. But then we start tweaking that clock knob. And now the reverb is sounding kind of crazy. So basically, we're like warping this reverb here just by essentially changing like the clock like in MIDI with it. And now you get really cool stuff like this, where it's just like sitting on top of it. And start recording, and you just kind of play with it until you find something really dope. And we're recording the whole thing, so you just keep going pretty much. It gets really crazy when you bring it back up too. And then now we're just going through that audio file and finding the best parts of it, which is pretty much about the end, I think. So you can see that sound, I was really just taking a very basic function of this pedal, which is just being able to take like your reverb or your delay or whatever, and then change the clock and get that like kind of degenerating sound. It's really dope. But now, let's try playing with the looper as well and actually use that to kind of create what we're going to play melodically. Alright, so here I've got this little synth riff. It's just a very basic analog patch, just some saw waves, low pass filter. So you can hear, yeah, it's just a super simple little synth riff. And this is what we want to go for. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take that little riff and then we're going to record it into the looper right here. And then I'm also going to send that into the effects over here, and we're basically going to put just those 4 notes into this, and it's going to generate a bunch of really cool different textures and sort of like arpeggiations from that. And then I can also send it through, see I've got this. So that's basically where what these effects are affecting. So right now it's affecting, that is the loop, that's the input, we've got it on both. And then the really interesting thing that we can do here is I can actually take this clock, and when we turn the clock down, it's like degrading the sound, right? But then if we bring it back up, see, it's got like a bunch more texture to it now. And see, we can kind of, the interesting thing is now we can take the loops and just kind of keep using this to keep messing it up and making it do different things. And I think that is what's so beautiful about this pedal, is the way that you can take a loop and then use the pedal to really like morph it. Like if you move the reverb time and the clock at the same time, and so I just recorded all of that. So that's like, I've got like 3 minutes of recordings now. And then the really interesting thing here is that now we can have some variation throughout the track, because now I can go and I can just pull all the best moments from this, and it's not just going to be one loop. Instead, we have so much material to work with here. And it's not because I sat there and I did like grueling automation for 5 hours. We're just sitting here tweaking knobs on this pedal, just like kind of playing with it, seeing what's going to come out, and then you end up with all this material to work with. And this, I think, is the secret to really making these kinds of like interesting sort of morph sounds. Not just about like, you know, being able to automate it or knowing exactly how it's made every time. That's not really the key. A lot of people have made really cool and really interesting music while having absolutely no idea what was happening in the music. The key is really having tools like this that can inspire you and that you can work with like this so quickly to generate really cool ideas, and that can make interesting stuff that you're not going to get anywhere else. You know, the thing about this pedal that I think is really exciting is that there's really nothing in the computer that works exactly like that. Now, there are loopers, there are little samplers, yes, you can do a lot of this type of stuff, but that feeling where you're just tweaking the knobs and you're sort of like generating new loops live, like, I've never seen anything do that in the computer. And that's the real value of this. You know, there's some things that you just can't do in the computer just yet, or that are too unique to do. So, like, this is really great for that. So let's keep going with this audio. And see, we can even just like fade some of it together with the fades on Ableton, you know, like just kind of taking it and even morphing it further. Okay, this part is really cool, like all of this. So we'll take that, and that can be our intro. And you can hear it sounds really cool because you have like this little arpeggio thing kind of morphing down there. Like it's going down in pitch. And then we launch back into it really nicely. That's really cool. So again, this is like, I didn't sit there and automate that to go down in pitch like perfectly on beat or anything like that. It's just cool stuff that was generated from working with the knobs on here, and then you bring it into the computer, and as you're working with it, you find the rhythm. So, let's keep going on one more element here. Alright, let's take this little synth ARP into the future. So with this one, we've got a consistent loop going because we have the notes, and what I'm going to do is we're going to use the mix to kind of blend. We're going to take a loop, and we're also going to put effects on everything, but we're going to use the mix to blend it with what's already happening, and we're going to make something really cool. And I'm using now this slip mode over here, which is kind of like a tape machine. Jeez, man. I will make like a new part now using this. So that's something this is really useful for. Is now when you're generating all these cool sounds, you can just go and be like, oh, well now this is a new part. You know, it's kind of makes you a lot less stumped when it comes to the actual arrangement of the track as well, which is really nice. Okay, now the last thing that I want to try is, I actually want to try doing a little bit of drums with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our percussion group. We're not going to use the whole drums, we're going to use some of the percussion, and I'll just send it through there the same way, record some loops, and let's see if we can come up with some cool Future Garage background percussion, because I think some of these lo-fi sounds that we're getting, like with the clock and with the different effects on here, are going to sound really cool on drums. Okay, well that made some interesting stuff. as you can see, Moon is a really great pedal for just generating a lot of different interesting ideas. You know, it's very inspiring. It's very much the type of thing that you can put stuff into it and not really know what you're going to get, but you always know that it's going to be something good and something inspiring. And a lot of times, it can even inspire new parts in your track. So yeah, really solid pedal. I think this has a ton of uses beyond just like guitars and synths. I mean, I've pretty much only seen people use this with guitar and a little bit with some synths online, but I've never seen anybody run Ableton through it. Definitely never seen somebody run drums through it. That was really interesting. So I wanted to make this video and just show you guys some stuff that I've never seen on the internet with this pedal before. So I want to say a huge thank you again to Perfect Circuit for letting me borrow this pedal. Again, they are the best online destination for modular, synthesizers, effects, pedals, just general music gear. They even have records. If you're in LA, definitely go check out their store in Burbank. It's amazing. I love it every time I go in there. It's a little bit dangerous for me sometimes because it can be bad for my wallet. But yeah, so thank you so much again to Perfect Circuit. I also want to thank you guys for supporting. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely go grab the full project file, samples, MIDI, and presets. Everything from this video that I just showed you how I made it is available right in the top of the description, so you don't have to go and buy this pedal. You can get all these really awesome sounds and build your own track out of it. And it's also just a really solid future garage template. So if you like that style of music, definitely go grab this. You know, if you guys enjoy these videos, I don't make a whole lot off of them, but with these different sample packs and project files and stuff like this, I'm able to keep going every day. So thank you so much for the support, guys. If you want to support me as well, I've also got some links to some of Perfect Circuit's pedals that you can get that are very similar to this right now. This pedal's not currently available, but there's a lot of them. You actually saw one of them in this video today, the Red Panda Particle 2. There's a lot of stuff like that that you can get that will do this. So I got some links to that at the top of the description. If you grab those, definitely grab them off my affiliate links, as I will get a little bonus for that. Thank you so much for the support, guys. I appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.